Hello guys and welcome back to my channel. In today's diaries I will be reviewing a book that I've recently read, not the most recent one, but one of the best books I've ever read. Oh, that doesn't make sense. Let's get it from the beginning. Hello guys and welcome back to my channel. In today's diaries I will be reviewing one of the most recent books I've read and one of the best books that I've recently read, called Origin by Dan Brown. Now, before I start talking about the book, I'd like to make a few disclaimers. This is not a sponsored video by any means, but if you do want to purchase the book, I will have a link below for you to purchase it. There might be a trigger warning about faith, belief, life, death, and all that, evolution. So if you don't like these themes, then you can just stop the video and not watch anymore. But I'm not commenting on the context of the book, just the plot and writing style, because I think that is the most important thing of the book. Yeah? So if you want to carry on watching and learn about the plot and the writing style, you're more than welcome to do so. But if you don't, that is still okay. Let me read you the plot of the book, because it's quite complicated. And I've written it down so that it's easier for me as well as you to understand the plot. So Langdon, you remember Langdon from the Da Vinci Code, that American professor? Yeah, the same one. Alongside with the future Queen of Spain, Ambra, that's her name, Ambra, normal I think, go on a journey in order to share what the famous multi-billionaire futurologist Edmund Curse discovered before he was murdered, and ultimately to find out who had killed the futurologist. It's a mystery book. Again, Dan Brown writes mystery books, crime books, and this is one of his most recent ones, if not his most recent one, I'm not sure. And I read it about 2 weeks ago, and I wanted to share my views on it because I really liked it. Let's jump into the review now. Okay, so first I'm going to talk about the plot. Again, as the Da Vinci Code, by the way, there's a lot of comparison between the two books because they basically both have the same context in a way. So I'm gonna be talking a lot about Da Vinci Code as well. So if you want to find the video and watch it, I'll have a link below if you want to watch it again or watch it for the first time, just so your questions are answered in the best way possible. So back to the review. It's again one of the most interesting books I've ever read in my entire life, and I've read thousands of books in my life. I would say there aren't as many surprises throughout the plot, but the ending is much more unexpected than the Da Vinci Code. Like the ending, I think every surprise just comes in the end, and it's absolutely crazy. So I would say that the ending is kind of what functions as a balance breaker, you know? So there aren't a lot of surprises, but the ending makes up for it if that makes sense. Um, I don't want to say I was bored reading it. That did not happen, but that doesn't mean that it's not like simpler than the Da Vinci Code. It was a bit complicated. It was interesting though. The plot was really interesting, and it kind of kept referring to the futurologist's work, which you learn in the end, which is something really interesting because you just keep reading so that you know the futurologist's work. That's why you read it, basically. Now, moving on to the writing style of the book. The vocabulary is really rich. There are some specialized words because we're talking about scientists. There's a lot of science in there. So I would say it is normal to have scientific words. Now, this book is set in Spain, and therefore a lot of there's a lot of Spanish words and phrases which are explained throughout the plot. It's not as a it doesn't come as a different part of the book. It's the plot, it's the writing, and it does explain the words that are in Spanish or the phrases that are in Spanish. However, I didn't find that as amusing as a Da Vinci Code because I don't know Spanish, but I do know French. So when I was reading Da Vinci Code, I kind of understood the French phrases, whereas here I was mainly depending on the translation. Because, yeah, I do know Latin and there are a lot of similarities, but again, it's not the same thing. So I was really confused by the Spanish phrases, and I was like fully depending on the translations given of the phrases, which made it a bit less entertaining, in my opinion. But yeah, the Spanish phrases are obviously translated. You don't have to worry about that. I read it in Greek, so the translation was in Greek. But if you read it in English, obviously the translation will be in English, and that's completely fine because there is a translation. And I think the fact that there are Spanish phrases makes it more authentic to the place it's set in, to the environment that the author wants to give to the book, the authenticity. And I think it's actually really nice because I've learned some Spanish now. Not that I remember any of it, but you know, I did learn something. Now, an overall common, I think I've said it before, I will say it again. Dan Brown's book should be, Dan Brown's books, sorry, should be escape room games. Because they clearly follow a journey. And I think I think if they were escape room games, I would definitely play them. I would definitely go, and I would pay hundreds of pounds to play them because they're really really interesting. Um, it's one of the books that you can't put it down no matter what. It is a long book. It's about like 660 pages long, if I'm not mistaken. But it's an easy read. Or at least the plot is such as it just keeps going and going, and you don't want to leave it down because you don't know what happens next. And you want to finish it as soon as possible just so you know what happens next. It's not a film like the Da Vinci Code, but I think it would be actually really nice as a film. And talking about films, I would say that it would be actually really, really nice because throughout the book there's a lot of references to Spanish sightseeing sites, if that makes sense. It talks about the Sagrada Familia. It talks about like a lot of places in Spain, and I think it would be actually really beautiful to show these places because they are gorgeous. And now I do want to go to Spain just to visit all these places, which is not really easy because it is quite expensive. But I'd like to once in a lifetime just write down all the places described in the book, and then I'll just go and visit them all, which is true. I mean, I would do it. I would definitely do it. But yeah, that was it for this video, I guess. I really enjoyed it. I totally recommend it. If you want to read it, I'll have a link below if you want to purchase it. And I'll see you in the next one. Yay! That's it. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. And if you want to keep up with me on social media, there's my username, Instagram and TikTok. And I'll see you in the next one. Love you.